Hello YouTube, this is the Bucket coming at you today with a cold and an FN 1900. So hopefully you can put up with a cold. I apologize for the hoarse voice. I picked this pistol up a while back. It's one of my favorite pistols. It's a cool piece of history. It's the first commercially truly successful, the way that we would think of successful handgun, auto-loading handgun ever made. And this is the FN 1900. And you might say to yourself, well, the Bucket, I haven't seen this on the channel before, and that's because I don't have access to the quintessential work on FN Browning pistols, and that is FN Browning pistols, the sidearms that shaped the world history. And that was a book made by an amazing author named Anthony Vanderlinden. And he actually owns his own publication company because he wants to publish books out of the U.S. and he wants to publish books for true gun people, people that love firearms and want to know the history and get to hold and interact with pieces of history like this FN 1900. He originally came out with the first edition in 2009. He updated it in 2013, and he decided that that was not nearly good enough. Actually, I had the benefit of being able to talk to Anthony Vanderlinden, and he said that this new third edition that he's come out with is not an expansion, but a correction. And that's the type of guy he is. He wants everybody to have access to the best possible information that you can have about any of your firearms. Now, to give you an idea, Anthony Vanderlinden is not he didn't just write that book. He wrote the FN Mauser rifles arming Belgium and the world, FN Browning pistols, sidearms that shaped the world, Browning Auto 5 shotguns, FN Browning pistol sidearms that shaped the world, the second edition, holsters and shoulder stocks of the world, Browning Auto 5 shotguns, and the Belgian Browning pistols from 1889 to 1949. And because of his wonderful publishing company called Wet Dog Publishing, he's helped other people publish books like the Viz Ratum book, Allied Rifle Contracts by Luke Marcaldo. Like I said before, the Viz Ratum pistols by William York, and also the FN 49, the last elegant old world military rifle. And he's done tons of magazine articles. He's an amazing photographer. And one of the coolest things about Anthony Vanderlinden is when I went on to like websites, forums about FNs, you would see that Anthony Vanderlinden was actually responding to those. He actually goes to those forums and he cares so much about the history of these firearms and the love that people have for them that he actually wants to help people understand what they have, which is super, super cool. He's super passionate about this book. To give you an idea, the first book was around 416 pages. This next book is 840 pages, which is like crazy. He actually had to release it as 2 whole books, and he increased the size of the book from 8 3/4 by 11 1/4 to 9 1/4 to 12 1/4. They're hardbound. He's increased the total number of colored photos up to 2,790 color photos, which is double what he had in the second edition. And, you know, it was so cool talking with him because, you know, you could just hear that he wanted to, he was quoted as saying, getting away from the internet notions that are around and getting people to the real facts. I mean, he was one of the guys that really helped get the word out that this gun didn't kill Archduke Franz Ferdinand. It was actually an FN 1910. And just the nomenclature at the time made people think it was this pistol. And I mean, he's affecting history, and he was so passionate. It was so cool talking with him because he was talking about Lithuanian stocks and helping people, getting some of the first images of those out to the Western world and helping people understand what they have and what they don't have. And that's just super, super cool. So I got an email 2 days ago saying that they are up for pre-order, and I went ahead and immediately purchased one. They were $149.95. You get a discount for pre-ordering, and it's about $10 shipping, so it's like, you know, $160 like take home. Now obviously these are pre-orders, so it's going to take a little bit of time to get them, but I wanted to get the word out. You know, when you look at these books, like this is like kind of the 1911 Bible. that was made by Joe Poyer. This is maybe not... This book was amazing for me when I got my grandfather's World War II Tokarev, and it was important for me to have that. And I want to get out the word and help out a person that only prints his books in the U.S., so he's supporting us here, and he's just super passionate. He wants to help out gun people. So do Anthony Vanderlinden a solid. Go to Wet Dog Publishing. I will go ahead and I will put up, it's actually fnbrowning.com. You can go to set up your pre-order, or you can go to www.wetdogstore.com and you can link from there as well. You can see his whole bio. You can see all of the wonderful books. And what I'm going to do is, when my book comes in, he was talking about how he put special icons in the book. So if you're researching your book, he'll help you link to the pages so you can see, is your magazine correct? Is it correct to the gun? Not only is it, you know, an FN, but also was it correct for that? I look at these grips and I'm not sure that these grips were correct to the gun. So those are going to help. So when I actually get my copy, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to walk you through the process of how great this book is, and not just do it as like a book reviewer, but do it as a gun guy with a real gun that really wants to learn a little bit more about his gun. So I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. Go ahead and support Wet Dog Publishing. Go ahead and pre-order the FN Browning pistols, the sidearms that changed the world, 3rd edition 2-volume set. Maybe pick up a couple other books. There's some really great ones. I'm hoping that I can convince my wife to get that Viz Ratum book as well, because I've got one of those and I know I need to know some more about that. So I want to thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. And as always, you stay classy, YouTube. Little middle baby bucket. Do you want to live in California?
No!
Why?
Because I'm not a communist.